We're back for another week of J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. And as you can see at the midfield there, we are in St. Genevieve this evening as the St. Gen Dragons are hosting the Potosi Trojans. And it's a division matchup this evening. And it's big implications for a lot of teams, not just the two involved this evening. Coming into tonight, the Mississippi Area White Conference has Central and Potosi at the top, undefeated at 3-0. St. Gen and Perryville tied at 2-1, followed by Fredericktown at 0-3. Now tonight, Perryville is playing Fredericktown. Potosi is here in St. Gen, and Central's playing outside of the conference. So if Potosi gets a win tonight, they move ahead of Central in the White Conference. If St. Gen wins tonight, they'll go ahead and tie Potosi, and if Perryville can beat Fredericktown tonight and Potosi loses here, there will be a three-way tie and possibly a four-way tie, possibly depending on what happens in the next few weeks with the Central Rebels, as all these teams are going to start playing each other down the line. But right now, we have to get this one in the books first. We want to let you know that we are brought to you this evening by America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington, PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi, along with Midwest Sports Center in Farmington, Farmers Mutual Insurance in St. Genevieve, Norman Crumpecker Bail Bonds agent in Potosi, Home Pools and Spa in Leadington. This is the Fleegs pregame show, the Fleegs Equipment pregame show. Fleegs sponsoring our pregame this year and last year, so we appreciate Fleegs for that. Looking ahead for the future of these teams, look at the St. Gen schedule coming in at 2-1. A victory over Dexter to start the season, a 34-7 loss to Valley Catholic, and beating New Madrid County Central 35-16 a week ago. They have Potosi in town tonight. They'll have Fredericktown here next week. Then they'll go to Central, to Perryville. DeSoto comes here on the 10th of October for homecoming, and the season closes with Caruthersville. For Potosi, 3-0, beat Carnahan, Pacific, and Fredericktown, and they've only given up 31 points so far this season, so statistically the best defense in the area. They have St. Genevieve this evening, obviously. We're here in St. Gen. Next week, Potosi, it doesn't get any easier for them as they go to Central, then they host Perryville, then Valley Catholic, so that's a tough matchup. They go to North County on the 10th of October. DeSoto follows that, so not an easy stretch for either of the two teams as we look down the road. Coin toss taking place now at midfield, awaiting the decision there. You can see a nice night here tonight. We don't have hailstorms like we did for week 3, so everything should move along quite nicely. Teams look like we already had the coin flip, so we just have to get a signal from the official. Looks like Coach Stolzer there and walking towards us. Coach Casey walking away. And things about to get underway here in St. Genevieve. A big night for the St. Gen Dragons. They have their Hall of Fame induction coming up later this evening. So a lot of things going on prior to tonight's game for the St. Gen community, not just the St. Gen football team and not just St. Gen athletics. So you expect the emotions are high, the pride's up. So we'll see if the football team can show that on the field tonight. Potosi, they want to stay unbeaten and move up in the conference, which statistically they have the best defense coming in, so you would assume if you're a sabermetrician, if you will, that Potosi might be able to come in here and beat St. Gen. An interesting thing for Potosi coming in is Austin Cooley comes in as a senior, maybe one of the best receivers in the area, and he has not beaten St. Genevieve in his high school career. So now you can see that Potosi is going to line up right, and St. Gen will line up left, and things about to get underway for our return on J98 Web TV. I'm Greg Armbruster, Jack Sadler. Statistically, they have the best defense coming in, so you would assume if you're a sabermetrician, if you will, that Potosi might be able to come in here. And we get our first whistle of the evening. And that means football's back for another Friday night across regional radio. On J98, we have tonight Perryville and Fredericktown. Perryville 2-1. Fredericktown still looking for their first win on the season. Farmington, a tough match for them tonight. They go on the road in Jackson, playing one of the better teams in the state of Missouri. So that's going to be a tough way to go for them. And we have on KJEF, we have St. Pius and Jefferson this evening. You can see St. Genevieve wearing the white pants, green jerseys, white numbers, and the white and green helmets. Potosi comes out in the white jerseys, yellow numbers, wearing the purple pants and having the yellow helmet. So Potosi will be kicking off from right to left as you see it on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. That means we'll get a look at the new look St. Gen offense, to say the least. A lot of seniors graduating last year, and Coach Stolzer working his magic so far this year, and St. Gen is at 2-1. So we'll have the kick coming in just a few moments. And we'll get Wyatt Lamandir back out for the St. Genevieve Dragons after being injured on the last game that we had for St. Gen on air. So he'll be back, just a sophomore, running the offense for the Dragons this evening. Set to kick, number 88, John Thompson for the Potosi Trojans. Ball's lined up on the 40, and here's our opening kick of the evening. A line drive kick fielded at about the 12-yard line, now running up the left side. And it looks like there's room, but brought down at about the 35-yard line, so that's where we'll see the St. Genevieve offense. Across the offensive line for the St. Gen Dragons, at left tackle, number 59, A.J. Gons. 68, K-Jet inside of him. At center, it's Morgan Schenk, then Harrison Walmack and Gabe Harmon across the line. Wyatt Lamandir is the quarterback for the St. Gen Dragons tonight. Just a sophomore, 37% completion rate on the year, so just a sophomore, still learning the ropes. And Waylon DeClue, Jacob Neff, Caleb Curtois, and Dylan Wright across the front line for the Trojans. Your starting lineups brought to you by Culligan Water. Culligan Water, better water, pure and simple. So Lamandir's going to roll out right. He's got a receiver open, but thrown just a little bit ahead and outside of the intended receiver, Drew Schmelsley. So you can expect, after being injured in his last time out and then still being a sophomore and learning the ropes, and he's going to be a little bit shaky through his first year at the helm of the St. Genevieve offense. And he starts this game off throwing an incomplete pass on the bootleg right. So St. Genevieve will have second down with the ball on about the 34.5-yard line. Under center, it's Lamandir. Fakes the handoff up the middle. The delayed handoff off to the left side, but just across the line of scrimmage and brought down. So that'll bring up third down. A quick couple of plays for St. Genevieve. We're only at 11.5, 11:33 to be exact. And it's going to be third down and 9 on the 36-yard line. So now in shotgun is Lamandir with split receivers to either side. And an antsy Potosi Trojan offense, so the hard count shows the defensive look for the Trojans. They set up in a cover 1, 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers. And here's the snap to Lamandir. He's going to draw back. 3-step drop and over the top. He's got Schmelsley open. The pass is complete. He spins away from one defender. And that was a nice throw from Lamandir from the 35 down to about the 28-yard line. A big play for the St. Genevieve Dragons on third down and 9. So a big-time play from the sophomore to find Schmelsley streaking down through midfield and complete that pass. And they're already lined up once again. It's going to be the same formation with 2 receivers split out to either side of Lamandir, and an offset right in the backfield is number 47 for the St. Gen Dragons. That's Luke Gettinger after a big play to keep the drive alive for St. Genevieve. Now the hard count again gets the tell from the Potosi defense. A high snap, but Lamandir's got it. He's under pressure. He throws a wild pass and gets it out of bounds. So if you're going to have any play like that from a young quarterback where he's under pressure, smart move just to go ahead and get rid of it. So 2 good plays consecutively for Lamandir, just the sophomore, getting things going for the St. Genevieve offense. The complete pass to Schmelsley down the middle, keeping the drive alive, then under pressure, throwing that one away. And St. Gen's going to line up with 4 receivers set, 2 on either side split out, and Gettinger in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Gettinger and goes up to the left side, and just outside of the left tackle, Lamandir keeps it himself. A read option, he takes it off the left side and gets a good chunk of yards for the St. Gen offense. So it's going to be plus territory for sure. It's going to be 3rd and 4 after the 6-yard carry from Lamandir. Now St. Gen lines up once again with split receivers to either side, 4 out, 2 on either side, and Gettinger offset left in the backfield. A high snap to Lamandir. He's going to run it off to the left side. He's going to get caught. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, but he's going to be brought down short of the first down marker. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the St. Genevieve Dragons. And depending on the spot, they spot it at about the 23-yard line. So I imagine that they're just going to keep the offense out there on 4th down. They sure do. Now it's a tighter formation, still 4 receivers. The snap comes to Lamondier. Pressure into the backfield. He's got room off to the right side. And again, he finds the receiver open. And it is once again Schmelsley. I think he is short of the first down marker. He is well short of the first down marker.
First down.
Oh, they're going to give him forward progress and go ahead and move the chains. He caught the ball and came back. But forward progress awarded. They move the chains and now into the red zone. So St. Genevieve, a long 3rd down completion to keep things going. Now a 4th down completion to keep the drive alive. So now lined up on the right hash mark, a tight formation this time with 2 in the backfield. A read option goes to the first man going up the middle. He's still driving, motoring through. A big push from the St. Genevieve Dragon offensive line right up the middle. The carry went to Austin Brewer. And he's going to get about 14 yards going right up the middle and pounding it in. And now St. Genevieve is knocking on the door early in this contest. Only 31 points allowed for the Potosi Trojans, and they might have to change that stat in just a few moments as they line up in the I formation tight. And this one is going to be a read option. Now the pitch comes late to Gettinger. He lunges forward, not able to get in the end zone, but he was very close. Lamondier faked the handoff up the middle, took the read option left to get with Gettinger, pitched it, and then able to muscle it up inside on the late pitch. So the young quarterback showing some skills. Brings up 2nd and 1, and they're 1 yard away from putting points on the board. Now lined up on the left hash mark. Lamondier is going to go under center. They're going to go with the I formation. They're going big on this one. The pitch goes into the backfield to Gettinger. He's going up the middle, and the Potosi defense might have stood him up at the line. What a play from the Potosi front line to get a push. Gettinger not able to get in. A big-time push from the Potosi front line. Kept him out of the end zone. Some big boys across that front line, that's for sure. It's going to be a battle of the trenches as we go to 3rd and 1 now with 7:47 on the clock. So a long, lengthy opening drive for St. Gen. Now lined up on the 1 yard line. Schmelsley pitches it into the backfield and stopped again. The Potosi front line getting penetration, allowing the linebackers to close as the pitch went off to the right side this time, but not able to get in the end zone once again. Unreal defense up front for the Potosi Trojans. A goal line stand right now. Now it comes down to, can they do it again with 4th and 1 as we're just about to be inside 7 minutes in this contest. Lamondier takes a snap, goes right up the middle, and I don't know if he got in. No signal from the officials yet. A big push once again from the Potosi front line. And they get the stop. The Potosi defense comes up with a 2nd and 1. Consecutive stops to shut the St. Genevieve Dragons out. What a play from the front line of the Potosi Trojans to get a push each and every play with the ball on the 1 yard line. But unfortunately for Potosi, they come up with a big stop, but now their offense is deep into their own territory. Now backed up on essentially not even the 1 yard line. The ball's just inside the 1 yard line. And now the Potosi offense has to come out and try to get out of a hole, and you expect them to try to hand this off to Blaine Riddle, but we'll just have to wait and see. Huerta is going to go under center with receivers spread out, and he's going to make it up the middle, shoot him a few defenders and get into the secondary, but he's going to be brought down at about the 14 yard line. So just going to try and get it moving out of their own end zone, but it'll get them a fresh set of downs anyhow, and out of their own territory as deep as they were. A dangerous situation to start on your own 1 yard line. So the handoff to Riddle, and he moves the chains on his first carry of the evening. Now Potosi lined up with single receivers on either side. A single back formation. Now it's handed off to the left side, going through the tackle and the guard out to the left side and getting up to about the 15-yard line, so a short gain on the play. Just a couple. Now Blaine Riddle is an absolute beast of a high school running back. He can carry the ball 30-plus times. In week 1, he carried the ball 30-plus times in 95-degree weather and never went out for cramps. The only thing that took him out was his chin strap wouldn't buckle. The kid's an absolute monster, and the St. Genevieve front line is going to have to deal with that all night. Now spread out, 3 receivers off to Huerta's right, 1 off to the left, and offset into the backfield as the fake. No, they actually give the ball to Riddle, running off to the right side. He had me fooled off to the right side, but have to go east and west on that one. Good pursuit from the St. Genevieve linebackers to keep him out in front of them. Push him off to the right side, not able to break it out. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 7, and both of these two teams are just chewing through the clock early in this game. We're under 6 minutes now, 5:20, and still counting. Nobody deep in the secondary for the St. Gen Dragons, and a bunch formation with 2 receivers out to either side. And it goes up the middle this time, a juke move. Hopping over, it's Austin Cooley, the senior. He's going to move the chains, and marching down the field, hurdling over a falling defender is Austin Cooley, and he's going to bring that all the way up to about the 35.5-yard line. So 16 yards for Austin Cooley. And a fresh set of downs for the Potosi Trojans. Still playing essentially what is a press formation for the St. Gen defense. Now they have the 2 corners spread off pretty good ways. 2 receivers, 1 on either side, offset in the backfield out of a shotgun formation. Huerta, and he's going to call a timeout. Didn't like the defense that he saw. He went to put a receiver in motion, and the signal that he got from the St. Genevieve defense was pressure, and I don't think the play that they were about to run was going to work against what he thought he was going to see from the St. Genevieve defense. So while we have a timeout, we'll take our first timeout of the night. We're back in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the Serta Best Buys Mattress event going on now. Take advantage of huge discounts on Serta bedding, like the Super Pillow Top Queen mattress for just $5.99, or just $2.99 for the Serta Perfect Sleeper Queen, or pay just $149 for a plush twin mattress. Plus, get free delivery, free removal, free setup, and special 12-month financing. Get to America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington during the Serta Best Buys Mattress event going on now.
We're back on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. And after a big goal line stand from the Potosi Trojans early in this game on the St. Genevieve Dragons' first drive, they're now moving the ball down the field. And we're about to look at a 1st and 10 on the 36 after a big run from Austin Cooley moved the chains on a 3rd and 7 for the Potosi Trojans. We're going to have 4:48 on the clock when play resumes, and we'll tell you that we're brought to you this evening by Farmers Mutual Insurance in St. Genevieve, Norman Krumpecker Bail Bonds agent in Potosi, and Home Pools and Spa in Leadington. Bringing you another game on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. A lot of action inside the conference this evening on regional radio. We have these two playing against one another. St. Genevieve at 2-1, Potosi at 3-0. And also across the airwaves for regional radio on J98, we have Perryville at 2-1 playing an 0-3 Fredericktown team. All these games implications on the conference tonight. So now single receiver set on either side. Huerta not going to go under center this time. Riddle offset left in the backfield in a shotgun formation. Now the handoff goes to Riddle off the left side. He's going to bounce it outside. Has to break 1 tackle. Not able to do it. Brought down just across the line of scrimmage. A whole bunch of St. Genevieve Dragons getting to him that time. Tate Meyer, the first person there, followed closely by A.J. Gons to bring down the Potosi workhorse. So we'll look at a 2nd and 9 on the 37-yard line. Potosi Trojans started this drive on the 1. And they're still backed up in their own territory. Now on the near hash, Huerta's going to go under center with 2 in the backfield. Now the handoff is to Riddle. He's going to bounce it out to the right side, keep it inside the tackle, but only a few yards for Riddle this time. Maybe 3 at best for Blaine Riddle. Riddle's getting a lot of work early. 4 carries. Still haven't seen a pass from the Potosi offense yet. Huerta can throw the ball. He's 13 of 24 with 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks on the season. Still single receiver sets on either side. 2 in the backfield now. Split backs. Huerta hands it off. Coming off to the left side, coming out of the right side of the backfield was Austin Cooley. He gets up to just about the first down marker. The way the official has it, he is across the first down, but we'll see if the chains get moved.
56, Morgan Shank.
Sitting at 3:28, and they are going to move the chain. So once again, another first down attributed to Austin Cooley. So a few yards for Austin Cooley, but both times he's had the ball in his hands, they've moved the chains. We go 1st and 10 on the 47, 3:24 on the clock. On the near hash, Huerta under center, the hard count, gets the defense to jump for the St. Genevieve Dragons. And that's going to be our first penalty of the evening. It's going to go against St. Gen. We'll see if they call it against the offensive line. The hard count is going to move the St. Genevieve defense back. So the offense for Potosi is going to get a few yards for 3 out of the hard count from Huerta. You don't want to jump on your own home field, but Huerta just got him to do it. Now he goes back under center with split backs. 1 receiver off to either side. The handoff is going to go to Blaine Riddle up the middle, but stuffed by the St. Genevieve defense. Only a couple yards for Blaine Riddle, but getting a lot of work early in the game.
That time, number 14, Blaine
9 minutes already gone in the first quarter. We'll have a 2nd and 3 coming up, so plus territory for the second down for the Potosi Trojans. Still no passing game yet for Potosi, but the way that they operate their offense, you really don't have to worry about that too often. So now they line up with split backs. It's Riddle on the near side in the backfield, Cooley on the far side. Huerta under center. This time he fakes the handoff to Cooley, and then it goes to Riddle. Riddle's going to spin, bounce it off to the right. And depending on forward progress, he's close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be just shy of it. So that's going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and very short, maybe inches. I'm nearly lined up on that line where the ball is, and it's less than a yard easily. So a 3rd and short as the two defenses are coming up big, but the Potosi offense is able to slowly march down the field so far. Huerta's going to go back under center, same formation. Split backs behind him, and this time it's going to be bounced outside. Austin Cooley breaks a tackle in the backfield. He's going to lunge forward. I think he got the first down. This kid is unbelievable.
32, Austin Cooley.
He does things that you just, there's no other way to describe him than unbelievable. He was done. The play was over going up the middle. The 3rd time that Austin Cooley's touched the ball, 3rd time they've moved the chains when he did. He's a tough person to stop. That one only goes for a couple yards, but those couple yards are huge. Keeps the drive alive. Now, this drive started on the 1-yard line, and now they're up to the St. Genevieve 43, and it's been 5.5 minutes. So on the far hash, same formation, split back, single receiver sets, and this time Huerta's going to roll out. He's going to have to get rid of the ball. Nobody open. Good coverage on both sides from St. Genevieve. The crowd wants the flag, and I think the official just got goaded into doing it from the crowd. I'm not sure if he was outside of the tackle box. He was close to being outside of the tackle box. The way that works, if you're not familiar, if the two tackles on either side, the left tackle and the right tackle, are lined up, and the quarterback rolls out and throws the ball away, and there's no receiver in the area, he has to be outside of either of those tackles. If you were to draw imaginary lines down the field, he has to be beyond those to throw a ball away. So now they're going to wave in the side official and get a point on it. Either that or they're going to say he was too far forward, which I don't believe that was the case. Just looking at where the pass came from, it was about where the official threw it, and they're going to walk him back. They sure are. That's a big hit against the Potosi drive now. That's going to cost them the down and a lot of field position. Now, first down markers on the 33-yard line, so they're looking at a second and very long now. 3rd and 20 now that they adjust the marker across the way. And now they're backed up on their own 47. They were just on the St. Genevieve side of the field, but that's no more. This game's still scoreless with 1:24 to go in the first quarter. Great game of football so far. So St. Genevieve's defense is going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Secondary scrambling. A lot of guys in the backfield. They expect this one to go over the top, but it goes to Riddle, and he just gets back to midfield. I think Coach Mark Casey just says after a penalty like that, a 3rd and 20, we don't have a play in the playbook to convert that. So I imagine he just looked at it as sacrifice it and see what we can get away with. So now it is actually 3rd and 17. They got me to buy into the incorrect marker across the field. So that was actually 2nd and down. It was incorrect on the marker. So now we go 3rd and 17 with 4 receivers set now for Huerta. He drops back. A lot of time in the backfield. He's going over the top. He's got a receiver there. It's caught down the sideline. 10-5 touchdown for the Potosi Trojans. A big-time 50-yard bomb by Jordan Huerta off the right side. And Potosi gets on the board with 39 seconds to go. And after being backed up on the penalty, a big-time strike for the Potosi Trojans running down the right side of the field, streaking into the end zone. That was John Thompson catching the 50-yard pass from Jordan Huerta. A nice play for the Potosi Trojans to strike and absolutely shock the crowd, shock the St. Genevieve defense. If you're going to have your second pass of the evening and you're going to complete it, might as well make it a 50-yard touchdown. Now they're lined up for the extra point. The man that just caught the 50-yard touchdown is about to kick the extra point. So here's John Thompson up, and it's through. The kick is good, so it's 7-0. Potosi after the 50-yard touchdown strike. What a play for the Potosi Trojans. We're back in 30 seconds. And Potosi will kick off to St. Gen with 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Farmers Mutual Insurance Company in St. Genevieve has been serving families in the area for over 115 years. Whether you need insurance on your home, mobile home, farm, or where you rent, Farmers Mutual Insurance can help. That's Farmers Mutual Insurance Company on St. Genevieve Drive in St. Genevieve. Call for a competitive quote at 883-3520. That's 883-3520. A hometown company with hometown values.
A big-time pitch and catch to put Potosi on the board. A 50-yard pass over the top on a 4-receiver set from Huerta to Thompson. And Potosi strikes first. And they're about to kick off with 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. So that drive started on the 1-yard line, so a 99-yard touchdown drive for Potosi to get on the board and go up 7-0 as Thompson catches the touchdown, then kicks the extra point. And here we go. Now he's got to run down the field and now kick off to St. Gen. So here's the kick. It's up, a little more hang time this time. A line drive fielded at the 11-yard line. Coming up the middle of the field, now reversing sides. And Potosi's able to close on it, but a good return this time for St. Genevieve. Fielding that kick and bringing it up was Logan Reinhardt. Fielded on the 11, brings it out to about the 36-yard line. So a good 25-yard return for Reinhardt. And St. Genevieve's offense comes back out onto the field after being stuffed on the 1-yard line on their opening possession. They were moving the ball quite well to open the game. Just a big goal line stand for the Potosi Trojans. And this game has been awesome so far. Now St. Gen lines up on the near hash. Looks like Lamandier is going to go under center. We're going full house on this one, buddy. Now, the handoff goes right up the middle on the option and brought down after a short gain by the Potosi Trojans is number 47. That's Gettinger. And he's going to be brought down on the right side of the field after a short gain. So it'll be 2nd and 6. And not a lot of time left. 3, 2, 1. That'll end the first quarter. So we'll change sides of the field, and we'll be back in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi is a great place for family fun. PBR Lanes is having a best 3 out of 4 bowling tournament on September 21st, starting at 11 a.m. with a $300 first place prize based on 32 bowlers. They offer a full range of concessions, pool tables, games, and karaoke with a DJ on Friday nights. Make some memories that'll last a lifetime, and let them start at PBA Lanes in Potosi. Like them on Facebook and check them out online at pbalanesandproshop.com today.
Steve Reich there for PBA Lanes right there on that end of that ad for Potosi. And a Steve Reich for the Potosi Trojans to open up the scoring for this contest. It's 7-0 right now, and St. Genevieve starting their second drive of the evening, trying to get things going. But right now they're looking at the 2nd and 6 on the 37, their own 37, as we start the second quarter. A great game so far. I really expected more scoring, to be quite honest, in this game, but we haven't had that yet. But now we're going to switch sides of the field, which, to be honest with you, benefits me, because them working from right to left gives me a fantastic vantage point, to be frank. Now lined up on the far hash mark. St. Genevieve's offense is going to come back out, utilizing the run and the pass for St. Genevieve this evening. So 2nd and 6 on the far hash mark. Lamondier is going to go under center. They're going to stay in that full house jumbo formation. A tight defense for Potosi. Now falling down in the backfield, and can't tell if it was a Potosi Trojan that broke through, but I think getting a good push on the far side of the field. Can't get a good look at the number, but I think there was a good solid push from the defensive end on the far side of the field. And I think that would be Waylon DeClue and Caleb Curtois getting the solid push. Now spreading it out, going a completely different formation. Lamondier's in shotgun with an offset formation. Now they get the hard count. And just like it worked on Potosi's opening drive, now St. Genevieve returns the favor. The hard count from Lamondier, and the front four for Potosi jump. And they're going to go ahead and move that one forward. So after making a big play and getting a good push for a loss, it's Curtois getting caught for the offside. So same formation now. 2 receivers left. 2 receivers on the right. Now the fumble on the snap. The snap went to Lamondier. He turned quickly, and it looked like before he even had the handle on it, trying to get it to Gettinger, he lost the football. So now essentially everything they got from the penalty was erased. And 1 minute after starting the second quarter, it brings up 4th down, and Drew Schmelsley's back to punt. Chandler Franklin for the Potosi Trojans back to field this one. He's lined up on just short of, or just beyond the 20-yard line. A good kick from Schmelsley, but Franklin be able to run under it, and one defender in front of him. He gets by that. Now cuts it, reverses field across the 40. A lot of room for Chandler Franklin going down the sidelines. He's still on his feet across to the 35, down to the 30-yard line. A big-time return from Chandler Franklin. A 50-yard return on the punt, and Chandler Franklin puts Potosi right back in striking distance. So Chandler Franklin getting it done on special teams with a 50-yard return. St. Genevieve came back to punt. It was a good punt from Schmelsley, but Franklin fielded it. Had one St. Genevieve defender on special teams closing quickly, but a big block gave him a little bit of room. He came towards the near side of the field, reversed it, and stayed on his feet. So a lot of solid blocking from the Potosi Trojans. Now they're lined up on about the 28-yard line. 2 receivers set, 1 on either side. The handoff is going to go up the middle. It's Blaine Riddle diving forward, and a flag comes in. We'll see what the flag is for. But this is all set up by Chandler Franklin. The handoff from Blaine Riddle bounces it inside after the big 50-yard return from Franklin, and the penalties against the Potosi Trojans. So erase the run from Blaine Riddle. Just here overhead, it's a holding call. So that doesn't go into the stat sheet for Riddle. 7-0 ball game, a good game so far if you're just tuning in. And Potosi's offense out on the field but backed up after a holding penalty. 10:24 left in the first half. One receiver on either side. Split in the backfield. It's Riddle and Cooley in the backfield. That's Thompson on the near side of the field. Huerta under center. Takes the snap. He hands it off to Cooley this time. Cooley bounces outside. A lot of speed for this kid. That's the first time he's touched the football tonight. That wasn't a first down, but essentially gets everything back after the penalty. Gets to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just a little bit further. They do spot it 1 yard past that, so 7 yards on to Austin Cooley's total. So now we're looking at 2nd and 10 on the 29 for the Potosi Trojans, 10:18 on the clock. And trying to add to their total are the Potosi Trojans, but really trying to break into the red zone with the short running game they've been using on this drive. Just a couple plays in, it's gone Riddle, Cooley, Riddle. And this time it's going to go back to Riddle, running off to the right side. Reverses field. He's got to break out of the backfield, and he's going to be brought down. A good play from the St. Genevieve defense to catch him in the backfield. Getting there first was Logan Seibel. And that's going to bring up about a 3rd and maybe 5. At best, 3rd and 5. And the clock continues to run as Potosi keeps the ball on the ground on the 24-yard line. A 3rd and 5. It's a 7-0 game. Now Thompson goes stretched out to the right. They go a jumbo formation, still split backs behind Huerta under center. He takes a snap. He hands it off to Cooley. Cooley breaks it up into the middle, into the second layer of defense, into the end zone. Touchdown, Potosi Trojans. Austin Cooley takes it 24 yards to pay dirt and puts 6 more on the board for the Potosi Trojans. The kid is electrifying, and he shows you why. He is right there with a 24-yard run, bounces it out to the left, cuts it back inside, gets through the second layer of defense and into the end zone for the Trojans. A 24-yard scamper and found the end zone, did Austin Cooley. So Potosi strikes quick on this one after using nearly 7.5 minutes on their opening drive. Now Thompson set for the extra point. Here things go. There's the snap. It's down. It's clean. The kick's low. And it's no good. The kick low and left. So it's going to be 13-0. And Potosi still leads this one. But nonetheless, a big play from Austin Cooley, a 24-yard run to get into the end zone. And your big drive of the game is brought to you by ProCare Automotive in Bonne Terre. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Been in a little trouble and need a little extra help? Norman Krumpecker, bail bond agent from Potosi, can help. Norman Krumpecker has an answering service and is available 24/7. You'll get fast service, be out, and on your way. Guaranteed. Call 573-436-9301 or 631-8161. Anytime, day or night. Call Norman Krumpecker. He can set you free. That's bail bond agent Norman Krumpecker from Potosi.
It was a 24-yard touchdown run for the Potosi Trojans by Austin Cooley to get into the end zone. Extra point miss, so we sit at 13-0. Now Thompson lined up on the left side of your screen. Ball on the 40, set to kick off. 2 men in the back for St. Genevieve, and it's a squib onside. It goes right through the defender's legs, and I don't know who came up with it. It looked like it was maybe the Potosi Trojans. What a big play. And the official on the far side of the field is pointing the other way. Now they say the Potosi Trojans recovered it, and Mark Casey going for the jugular early in this contest. I did not expect that this time. 9:29 on the clock, and the Potosi Trojans go for the onside kick. Now they're going to wave in the official, and the ball definitely went 10 yards because it was lined up on the 40. So you got 45-50, back to the 45, and just across, so it went 16 yards. Now the call stands, and Potosi recovers the onside kick. Mark Casey getting aggressive. It's been a while since he's been able to knock off St. Genevieve, and he wants to do that tonight, and he's trying everything he can. Now Huerta in shotgun with one receiver off to either side. The handoff is going to go to Riddle off to the left side, but St. Genevieve pursues, and a flag comes in from the man and the judge in the back. Hard to say what he saw, but it looks like Riddle maybe lost a yard. While we have a minute, we'll update you on some scores around the area. Fredericktown 15-0 over Perryville, so Fredericktown might get their first win of the night. Jackson 28-0 over Farmington right now in the first quarter. St. Pius leads Jefferson 14-6. Hillsborough over North County 20-0. Festus leads DeSoto 14-0 in the first. It's Herky over St. Vincent 7-0, and they do call it a holding penalty as the judge in the back threw that in, so that's going to back Potosi up 5 more. Park Hill Central leads Northwest 14-0, and that's Northwest homecoming, and that's a shocker in some ways because Park Hill Central Class 3, Northwest Class 6, so playing up 3 classes on that one. Grandview and Missouri Military still scoreless. Valley Catholic 7-0 over Crystal City in the first. You can always find those scores at MIMOinfo.com. Jared Lucas runs our scoreboard. Now the handoff from Huerta into the backfield. It's Riddle bouncing it up to the middle. Not a lot there for him. Still short of midfield after the penalty, so a couple of penalties against the Potosi Trojans have backed them up this evening, but they've been able to recover each time. They're going to have a little bit more difficulty this time. We're inside of 9 minutes to go in the first half, so it'll be 2nd and 17 after a short carry from Riddle. Huerta back under center, split backs John Thompson off to the right side. Now they give it to Austin Cooley. He's going to reverse fields, bounce it outside, stays on his feet, brought down and tripped up, but falls into St. Genevieve territory. Only a couple yards for him that time, but he's going to get on the other side of the field, just on the other side of the field, so 3 yards for Austin Cooley. I'm just going to bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and very long for the Potosi Trojans. The first down is at just beyond the 35-yard line, and Potosi backed up on just across the 50, and they're going to go with a 4 wide receiver set, and Blaine Riddle off set left in the backfield, and Cooley lined up in slot on the far side, and he's going to break outside, and Huerta was looking for him, escapes out of the backfield, but he's not going to get much, and sack for the St. Genevieve Dragons. Getting there first is number 59 for St. Gen, and that's A.J. Gons getting in the backfield.
Made by number.
So a big play for St. Genevieve to end that drive. Now the first punt of the game for the Potosi Trojans. And they're going to kick this from about the 35, 36-yard line. So they should be able to pin St. Gen back. The block, oh man, the kick nearly blocked. Fair catch waved in the backfield, so caught on the 25-yard line. Fielded cleanly in the back by Andrew DeRouche. So St. Gen will have a chance to cut into the Potosi lead with 7:26 on the clock, and the Trojans out front 13-0. St. Genevieve, this is a big point in the game. They need to put something on the board, considering that they took the opening kickoff in 7.5 minutes. No matter what happens, Potosi's going to get their offense back out on the field. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called down, so while they take a timeout, we're going to try to do the same. We'll be back in 30 seconds on J98 Web TV. It's MIMOinfo.com.
It's the end of the summer factory authorized clearance sale going on now at Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. Save on great brands like Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, Can-Am, and Toro Motors. All 2014 inventory must go. Get rebates up to $4,000 and financing as low as 0%, plus huge discounts on parts and accessories. It's the end of the summer factory authorized clearance sale going on now at Midwest Sports Center, Highway 67, Farmington. On the road, off the road, and on the water, the ultimate outdoor toy store has it.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the CERTA Best Buys mattress event going on now. Take advantage of huge discounts on CERTA bedding, like the Super Pillow Top Queen mattress for just $5.99, or just $2.99 for the CERTA Perfect Sleeper Queen, or pay just $149 for a plush twin mattress. Plus, get free delivery, free removal, free setup, and special 12-month financing. Get to America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington during the CERTA Best Buys mattress event going on now.
The St. Genevieve offense comes back out onto the field. They're going to stay in a tight formation with one receiver off to the far side of the field. Lamadier takes the snap out of center, fakes the handoff to the first man, and now breaking into the backfield is Gettinger. He's going to run off to the right side. A big gain for Gettinger, brought down at the 45-yard line. A big run for Gettinger to get out off to the right side and get this St. Gen offense into Potosi territory. He took it on the 26, and they spot it on about the 43-yard line. So a big run there for Gettinger to keep the momentum going on this drive for St. Genevieve. Now already back in formation. Lamandier takes the handoff. Now this time not as clean, but able to get a few yards out of it anyway. And falling forward on the carry is number 29, Austin Brewer. Well, Brewer able to fall forward after a tough exchange. And Potosi got gashed on that run from Gettinger. Now under 7 minutes. Time continues to run as both of these teams have been keeping it on the ground most of the time. It's 13-0 for Potosi. Lamandier under center, pitches this time. Gettinger off to the right side. He gets brought down after about 5 yards this time. So add 5 more to Gettinger's total after the monster run. So as the offense starts to get in rhythm for the St. Gen Dragons, the Potosi defense is trying to get their side of the field pumped up. Lined up on the far hash, 2 receivers either side. Lamandier in shotgun. That's Gettinger offset left. Here's the snap, rolling out to the left side. Lamandier throws over the top of the receiver. And incomplete. Pass intended off to the left side for Andrew DeRouche, but not able to complete it. Just a pair of completions this evening for Lamandier on 5 attempts. Well, looks like they're going to stay spread out. 2 receivers onto either side. Lamandier stays in the shotgun. Here's the snap, and he rolls left. Now gets his feet set and decides to pick it up and run, and he's going to be brought down short of the first down marker. He almost got up to there. So that's going to result in the turnover on down. So no kicking game this evening really for the St. Genevieve Dragons. I guess Coach Stolzer thought if we're going to get across midfield, might as well just keep the offense out and try to march. And Lamandier almost got across the first down marker after the pump fake and going up the middle, but closing quickly was the Potosi Trojan defense, forcing their second turnover on downs of the game. Now Potosi spreads 1 receiver off to either side, stretched way out, 1 man in the backfield. Huerta takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Riddle. He bounces up through the middle, and another 5 yards for Blaine Riddle. Riddle getting a lot of work. That's carry number 7 in the first half. So getting a lot of work is an understatement for Blaine Riddle throughout a high school football game. Started the season off on week 1 with 30-plus carries. And if you remember when week 1 came about, it was about 95 to 98 degrees and humid. Never came out for cramp. So a workhorse getting work tonight. Split backs and the handoff to Cooley this time with Riddle as a lead blocker. Bouncing outside, stays on his feet, breaks 1 tackle, off to the side and tripped up. They're lucky they tripped him up because that kid has some wheels. He moves the chains once again. So a big gain from Austin Cooley this time. Moves the chains.
That was made by number 51.
And they spot the ball on the 38.5-yard line. So another big run for Austin Cooley. And he's carried the ball 7 times tonight. 4 of those times it's moved the chains. Single receivers on either side. Split backs behind Huerta. The shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff to Riddle. Now to Cooley. Bounces outside. Breaks off 1 tackle. Stays on his feet. He's going to lose yards this time. He's ended up losing 6-7 yards, depending on if they give him forward progress or not. I'd be surprised if they did. They give him forward progress on the first move, or on the second move, but not the first move. So he's going to lose 4 on the play. So breaking a tackle, sometimes a good thing. That time He kind of escapes the jam, but falls into a bigger one. Now, the same formation. One receiver on far side, near side, split backs. Huerta backs out of it, calls the audible, changing the play. See if they made a good decision or bad decision. Now it's Riddle gashing up through the middle, getting back to the original line of scrimmage. So the 4 that Cooley lost, Riddle gets back.
Number 14, Blaine Riddle.
And that's the 16th rushing play of the evening for the Trojans.
Number 29, Austin Brewer.
Just a couple of passes so far for the Trojans. We sit at 3:45 and counting with a 3rd and 9 coming up for Potosi. The ball lined up on the 38. So a big formation now. Cooley comes on the end around, has to bounce it back inside, gets across the first layer, stays on his feet, and he's going to be short of the first down marker. But it's going to make a 4th and short. I wonder if Coach Casey will just keep the offense out, or if he'll bring out the kicking game. It looks like the offensive unit will stay out, taking a page out of Coach Stolzer's book from the majority of this game. A big crowd here tonight, as usual, for the St. Genevieve football game. So now we're going to have an officials timeout as enough petitioning from the Trojan offense said, can you please just measure this before we try to do this? Here comes the chain gang. Let's see what the signal is. Can't get a good look at the measurement. And it was such a short measurement when the official held his hands up to show it. He used 2 fingers. He didn't even want to use his whole hands. It's maybe 1.5 inches. So you know that Coach Casey's saying it's a battle of the trenches. Guys, dig in. And St. Genevieve on the other side with Coach Stolzer, you know he's thinking the same thing. Dig in, get that first push, and shut them down. Let's see if they go jumbo. Well, they spread Cooley out to the far side. Thompson near side. Riddle in the backfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across the front line. 4 down for St. Genevieve. The snap was a little bit high. Riddle able to bounce it outside, and he's going to get stuffed. Not going to get it, and St. Genevieve forces the turnover on downs. It was a bad snap. Huerta able to reel it in. But by the time he was able to reel it in and get the handoff to Riddle, St. Gen got the big push up front and stuffed him in the backfield. So a 4th and inches turns into a 1-yard loss, and St. Genevieve's offense gets another shot to get on the board. It's starting to get dicey with 3:07 to go. St. Genevieve being shut out at this point in time. They need to get into the end zone. Lamondier goes under center, jumbo formation, keeps it himself, and he's going to be brought down just across the line of scrimmage. It looked like a bit of a broken play, and Potosi closed on it quick. So maybe 2 yards, if that, for Lamondier. They have a defensive substitution now for the Trojans. Kyle Allison goes off. So it's going to bring up a big front line for Potosi and a jumbo formation again. It looked like a full house, and Schmelsley breaking it out, trying to get open, and brought down into the backfield. What a play by DeClue in the backfield. Waylon DeClue runs down Lamondier in the backfield, trips him up. And DeClue comes up with a big-time sack as we're closing in on halftime. Waylon DeClue had 5 coming in, make that 6 on the season. So a nice play by DeClue to come up around the blind side of Lamondier, close in, trip him up for the loss. Now 3rd and 14, under 2 minutes to go. Ball's backed up on the 28, 14 away from the first down. Here comes the shotgun snap, throwing over the top, and the pass is overthrown. The intended receiver is number 21, Logan Reinhardt. I think if Reinhardt wouldn't have stopped a little bit early and he would have overran it just to get there, I think it would have been an interception because the Potosi Trojan defender was playing off of the body of Reinhardt. So it was really nothing that Reinhardt could have done other than what he did to keep that from being intercepted.
The former Potosi, number 22, Chandler Franklin.
So 141, and Potosi's offense is going to come back out onto the field. High kick. This time I don't think they want to let Franklin get it. Takes a Potosi Trojan bounce. And it's going to be down at about the 44-yard line. So the offense is going to come out. And we want to tell you, we're brought to you by America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington, PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi, at Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. So not even a chance to make it a 2-minute drill, but a 1:40 drill as they get the ball on the 43-yard line. In a situation like this, we might get to see the Trojan kicking game, but that remains to be seen as Huerta now comes into the huddle with the play. Potosi's offense gets set up, sending 3 to the far side. Cooley on the near side. He's the weapon, but maybe he's a decoy on this one. They're going to put 2 on Cooley as looks like Reinhardt drops back about 15 yards on press. Now it's a screen off to the side. Franklin catches the pass. He's going to try to get out of bounds. Now they're going to be holds everywhere. I don't think there's any flags left to throw. Flags came in everywhere on that screen play. You knew Cooley was lined up over here for a reason. It was a complete decoy. That was the reason he was lined up on the near side of the field, so they could throw the screen off to the far side to Franklin. But as soon as he broke through, Thompson had his man on the ground that he was blocking, so flags flew out everywhere. So you can almost guarantee that this one's moving backwards for the Potosi Trojans. As officials start to discuss it, they're getting the play call for, or getting the decision, I should say, from the St. Genevieve defense. Getting a little misty out there on the field, I do believe. A little bit of precipitation starting to come down. Now they're going to back this one to about the 32-yard line. So it's getting another penalty. Getting a little bit sloppy for the Trojans. A few holds and offside. But they still lead this one 13-0. Now 3 receivers on the near side. Cooley on the far side. 1:28 to go. 1st and 21. Huerta in shotgun. Riddle in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's going to go off to Riddle off to the far side. Now he's going to bounce it up inside, and he's going to run into St. Genevieve Dragons, who bring him down just short of the 35-yard line. So 3 yards for Riddle. So maybe Coach Casey decided we're not going to be that aggressive with time winding down in the first half. We currently lead this one 13-0, so maybe we'll just hang on to that lead. Now Potosi comes out. I imagine they're going to stay spread out. It's going to be Cooley in the slot. Riddle in the backfield to Huerta's right. 2 receivers on the near side. Here's the snap, and it's a reverse. Cooley comes to the near side of the field. I don't think St. Genevieve was fooled. Cooley's going to stay inbounds to keep the clock running, getting just a few yards on it. I don't think St. Gen was too fooled by the trickery that Potosi was trying to get by them, as Cooley's going to be brought down just short of the 40-yard line, so not much there for him either. So it'll bring up possibly, I think we'll have one more, we will have one more snap as the play clock is now at 10, and the game clock just now hits 10. So we'll see one more snap, but I don't think it'll be anything exciting. 5, 4, 3, and it's going to be handoff to Austin Cooley. He's going to spin around and be brought down, and that will bring halftime your way. It's currently 13-0. The Potosi Trojans are out front over the St. Genevieve Dragons. Potosi trying to go 3-0. St. Genevieve trying to defeat Potosi to even up the conference. But right now, they trail this one 13-0, and we're headed to the break. We're back in 2 minutes on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Farmers Mutual Insurance Company in St. Genevieve has been serving families in the area for over 115 years. Whether you need insurance on your home, mobile home, farm, or where you rent, Farmers Mutual Insurance can help. That's Farmers Mutual Insurance Company on St. Genevieve Drive in St. Genevieve. Call for a competitive quote at 883-3520. That's 883-3520. A hometown company with hometown values.
Mike Carroll attended all 12 years of elementary and high school at St. Genevieve. He excelled as an athlete in high school, earning 9 varsity letters in football, basketball, and track. In track, he earned 3 state medals in shot and discus, and was the high school record holder in both events for many years. He received the Athlete of the Year award his senior year. After graduating high school in 1966, Mr. Carroll received an athletic scholarship in football to the University of Missouri, where he was a star offensive guard on outstanding University of Missouri football team. He was a member of the 1968 Gator Bowl team and the 1970 Orange Bowl team, when the Tigers were Big 8 Conference co-champions and ranked number 6 in the nation. His senior year was highlighted by being named to the 1969 College Football All-American team. He was also selected to play in the Senior Bowl as one of the top offensive linemen in the country. Mr. Carroll excelled academically as well and was selected to the University of Missouri's oldest honor society, QEBH. Upon graduation in 1970, Mr. Carroll was drafted in the 6th round of the NFL draft by the Minnesota Vikings. He decided to pursue a football coaching opportunity at the University of Missouri for 1 year before joining the Vikings team camp in 1971. And while attending preseason camp, he suffered an injury and was later released, thus ending his football career. Decades after graduating from the University of Missouri, Mr. Carroll continued to receive honors from his playing days. 2001, he was inducted into the University of Missouri Football Hall of Fame. In 2011, he received the prestigious honor of being chosen to the Tigers All-Homecoming team, honoring the greatest football players at the University of Missouri over the past 100 years. Mr. Carroll's high school jersey number 74 was long ago retired, and is one of the only 3 persons that have their number retired at St. Genevieve High School. Mr. Carroll has led a very successful professional life as well. In 1976, he began a long career in various management positions with Inland River Transportation Company near Houston, Texas. He has worked on some of the deepest oil drilling and platform installations in the Gulf of Mexico. Currently, Mr. Carroll is Vice President and Director of Inland River Transportation Company. Mr. Carroll is active in his community of Potosi, Texas, and in 2001 he's Director of College Football's Houston Bowl. He coached youth football for many years and is a sponsor of many charitable organizations as an active volunteer in his church. Mike Carroll is married to high school sweetheart and St. Genevieve High School graduate Mickey Limbaugh, and they live in Potosi, Texas. Together they have 4 children, Michael, Daniel, James, and Katie. Please welcome back to St. Genevieve High School, one of the greatest Dragons of all time, old number 74, Mike Carroll. The next 2014 St. Genevieve High School Hall of Fame inductee is Kelly L. Bonds, class of 1985. Kelly Bonds grew up in St. Mary, Missouri. He was an exceptional high school athlete and a member of the football, weightlifting, and track teams. He was awarded the Most Valuable Player Award in track his senior year and was a member of the 400-meter and 1600-meter relay teams that held the school records for many years. Upon graduating in 1985, Mr. Bonds enlisted in the U.S. Army and began an illustrious 29-year military career. Between 1989 and 1992, he was deployed to Saudi Arabia and Iraq in Operation Desert Storm and Operation Desert Shield. Between 1992 and 1994, he was deployed to Operation Desert Hope in Somalia, Africa at the United Nations mission. In 1995, Mr. Bond had achieved the rank of Staff Sergeant. In 1996, Mr. Bond was accepted into the Warrant Officers Corps, allowing him to serve as a senior advisor to the High Command and give him the opportunity to serve the most prestigious and elite units in the U.S. Army. Beginning in 1996 as the Chief Warrant Officer, Mr. Bonds was assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division, the 2nd Infantry Division, the 7th Special Forces, the 18th Airborne Corps, and the 3rd Infantry Regiment, famously known as the Old Guard. During this time, Officer Bonds' overseas deployments have included Korea, Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom, and Iraq during Operation New Dawn. While in Iraq, Officer Bonds was promoted to Chief Warrant Officer Class 5, the highest military rank attainable by an enlisted person as a non-commissioned officer. Since 2012, Officer Bonds has been assigned to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in Washington, D.C. He has received numerous commendations, decorations, and awards in his military career. He has had the honor of serving in the most elite military units in the U.S. Army and has put himself in harm's way many times in his service to our country. In addition to his extensive military training, Mr. Bonds received his bachelor's degree from Liberty University in 2011. He is active in community service and has been a volunteer for many years in the Big Brother, Big Sister program. And in 1998, he was awarded the Big Brother of the Year award in Fayetteville, North Carolina. His goal when he retires from the military is to continue to serve and mentor the youth and assist the elderly in his community. Please give a warm St. Genevieve welcome back home and thank you for his service to our country to Chief Warrant Officer Class 5 and 2014 St. Genevieve High School Hall of Fame inductee, Officer Trevor L. Bond, United States Army.
St. Genevieve lined up on the right side of your screen, about to kick from right to left as Potosi will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. We start the second half of this game at 13-0. If you're joining us on Web TV, you can see the graphic at the top. That's run by Jack Sadler, running the graphics and the camera this evening. Myself, Greg Armbruster, on the call, and there is the kick to open the second half, and it's going to be fielded at the 11-yard line and going to take a knee. I didn't see that coming. A knee taken at about the 11 or 12-yard line, and the Potosi Trojans are going to start another drive deep into their own territory. Fielding that back there was Tristan Brown, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore, back to field the kick. It was Cooley on the far side, but this one goes to the sophomore. You can maybe say with intent that St. Genevieve doesn't want Cooley to have the ball in that kind of space, and I don't blame them. So this drive will start on the 11-yard line. A 99-yard touchdown drive on Potosi's first possession. And now leaving the field of play, it looks like, I didn't get a clean look at the number, but it may have been Austin Cooley leaving the field of play. That leaves Blaine Riddle as the only running back, and he's in the backfield. Now we have two officials in the middle halting play currently. Now going to talk to Coach Stolzer. Let's see what results of this. No offensive plays have happened, and we already have confusion. Now it looks like play is about to resume. There we go. Here comes the whistle. Huerta looks like he's going to go under center with a receiver on the far side of the field. A lead handoff goes to Blaine Riddle, and he's going to get up to about the 16-yard line. So Blaine Riddle adds 5 to his carry. So Riddle now surpasses Austin Cooley for work on the day with his 11th carry. But definitely balancing it out, as Potosi's only thrown 3 passes with 1 completion. And now that was run play number 21. But it keeps the clock moving, and with a lead in a low-scoring game, you might as well go for that now. Huerta's going to go under center with a jumbo formation. A handoff goes off to the left side. Riddle's got a blocker out in front of him. Not able to get much out of it, though. Brought down in the field of play, so the clock continues to run. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short, depending on the spot. So now we're looking at a 3rd and 4 after the 1-yard gain by Blaine Riddle. Ball's on the 17-yard line. And the clock continues to run. 1:20 already off the clock, and 3 plays ran. Now under center is Huerta, hands it off to the left side, bouncing outside, lunging forward. I think he might have got across, depending on if they award the forward progress or if they saw that a knee was down, but it looks like the chains will move, so Potosi able to get the push up front. That's been a big factor in this game so far this evening. The push up front for the Potosi front lines on offense and defense have really made the difference in this game. Breaking holes for Cooley, breaking holes open for Riddle. And now 10-20 and counting. Ball on the 23-yard line, 1st down and 10. 1 receiver on the near side of the field, 2 in the backfield, split backs. And the pitch comes to the near side of the field with Austin Cooley. And all over it are the St. Genevieve Dragons this time. They've seen split backs numerous times throughout the evening. Now they go and engage and bring Cooley down in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. So St. Genevieve starting to recognize that formation and trying to nullify any runs from Austin Cooley. I think they've had about enough of Austin Cooley. So 2nd and 13. Huerta's going to go under center. Thompson on the near side as the receiver. Cooley and Riddle in the backfield. And now a flag comes in. And I imagine it's probably going to be false start against the Potosi Trojans. Unless the hard count got a St. Genevieve Dragon to jump. I didn't see if one of them did jump. And they sure did. They got offsides on the St. Genevieve Dragons. That's the 3rd time tonight the hard count from Jordan Huerta has got the Dragons to jump. And both teams having problems with some ticky-tack penalties so far, but nothing major. Now 9.5 minutes, and Potosi eating up a lot of clock. It's going to be 2nd and 8 on the 25 now. Same formation, near side receivers Thompson, Riddle and Cooley in the backfield. Cooley's the near side man in the backfield. The handoff goes to Cooley on the outside. He's going to bounce it outside, get through the first layer of defenders, and brought down after a short gain. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5 on the next play. 9:05 on the clock, still running, so 3 minutes already chipped out of the 3rd quarter by the Potosi Trojans. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 coming up. Ball sits on the 29. It's a 13-0 game in favor of the Trojans on the far hash mark. Now single receiver on either side. Huerta in shotgun, and it's Blaine Riddle in the backfield next to him. Now the pass goes over the top. He's got a receiver there, and it's caught just short of midfield from the 29 to the 49. A 20-yard pitch and catch over the top. Keeps the drive alive once again. And now that's Waylon DeClue coming in on the offense. Coming up with a big play. So now he's got a sack on the evening and a 20-yard catch. So DeClue comes up with a big 20-yard reception. And keeps the drive alive between Huerta and DeClue. Now on the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. The jumbo formation. Now a delayed handoff goes to Riddle, and just a couple of yards on that one. No, that was Blaine Riddle led by Zach Drennan that time. So a little bit of mix-up on the formations, but most of the night for the Potosi Trojan offense, we've seen split backs, single receiver sets, and it looks like the Dragons are starting to pick up on what they're doing out of that. Now Coach Casey starting to mix it up a little bit, and just as I say it, he goes 3 receivers on the near side, Austin Cooley on the far side, Riddle in the backfield, Huerta in shotgun, takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's going to bootleg on this one, and throws it too far outside. Intended receiver was Chandler Franklin. Coming up to knock that away for St. Genevieve was Andrew DeRouche. He's a 5'4", 135-pound senior is DeRouche, so a scrappy guy. I'm telling you, little guys fight till they're burger. You can trust me on that one. I'm a little guy. And coming through and making a big play right there, diving out, laying out, doing whatever he can, and disrupting the route for Chandler Franklin. Now, single receiver on either side, shotgun formation. Riddle in the backfield. The handoff is fake to Riddle. Now, a lot of pressure coming from the near side, and going to be brought down in the backfield. St. Genevieve comes up with the sack. Huerta brought down in the backfield. Looked like the first person to him was number 51, Logan Dowdy. And then closing in behind that was Harrison Walmack. So 51 and 52 getting the job done closing in. That's 4th and 16. But 7 minutes now on the clock. So Potosi took 5 minutes off the clock on that drive. Coming in late into the huddle now, we have all 11 Trojans. Low snap, kick's going to get away clean. It's an end-over-end kick, going to be fielded at the 25 and brought around, getting into the open space. Oh, and tripped up. A shoelace tackle by Blaine Riddle to keep that one from breaking into the open space. Reinhardt, a big return. Blaine Riddle coming up with a big-time shoelaces tackle. Had he not come up with that, that was going to be a touchdown. Bailey Hollinsworth slow to get up. The junior. Looks like he's gingerly leaving the field now. Now we're going to get another look at the St. Genevieve Dragon offense. They've been held out of the end zone this evening. And Potosi statistically is one of the better defenses that we cover on the regional radio airwaves. Only allowed 31 points this season, shut out Fredericktown last week, and they're trying to pitch a shutout this week. St. Genevieve only trails by 2 scores. The shotgun snap goes to Lamondier. Handoff delayed, coming up the middle. This time spinning off, Gettinger still on his feet, going down the sidelines and knocked out of play just short of the 35-yard line. So a 20-yard run for Gettinger. After a big kick return, St. Genevieve has the crowd back into it. So going out of bounds, it stops the clock as he was pushed out on the near side. They spot it much shorter than what I anticipated. They spot it on the 38. 1st and 10, a shotgun snap now again to Gettinger, and a blitz comes through, and he blows through the blitz. Gets back across the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to be brought down, or knocked out of bounds. We'll see if they run the clock there to say he was brought down inbounds. And ball spotted on the 34, so a 4-yard gain for Gettinger. Clock continues to run, but only trailing by 2 scores. They spread it out now. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side. Gettinger in the backfield, offset left. Lamondier takes the snap. It's a high shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, runs it up the middle. And that was a designed run as the receivers on either side immediately went into block mode. Not many yards there, maybe 1. They do just spot it as a 1-yard gain for Lamondier. So 3rd and 5 on the 33. Schmelsley goes out into the slot on the far side. Gettinger in the backfield. Lamondier in shotgun, takes the snap. It looks like they're going to run the read option, but brought down in the backfield. The Potosi Trojans, it's Waylon DeClue with his 2nd sack of the evening. A big-time play from DeClue. Just a few minutes ago, he kept the drive alive, and now comes up with another sack on 3rd down, so it's going to be 4th and long for St. Genevieve, but looks like the offense is going to stay out. They've had a couple of big plays. Watch Schmelsley on this one if you're Potosi. 4th and 10 on the 38. Lamondier doesn't like what he sees. Looks to the sideline. Play clock at 10, 9, 8. Has to get back in. I think they're going to have to call a timeout. I think they're in trouble. 4, 3, 2. Here's a rush play. Gettinger goes out in the flats. He goes over the top. He's not able to catch it. And incompletion intended for Gettinger results in a turnover on down. I don't think Lamondier realized the play clock was running out so fast. The coach told him get in there and snap the ball. I wonder if they would have benefited from a timeout right there, but they had Gettinger wide open on the far side in the flat, just not able to complete the pass. He might have been able to get to the 1st down marker. He had a lot of room in front of him. Would have had to beat a man for sure, but the pass goes down as incomplete and very exciting. So Potosi's offense comes back out with a 13-point advantage. Potosi took 5 minutes on their last drive just to punt, and St. Gen just used 1 minute and 8 seconds for a turnover on downs. So Huerta, the I formation, single receivers on either side. This one goes up the middle and brought down after a short gain is Blaine Riddle. 2, maybe 3 yards for Riddle on that one before he is brought down. So the clock will continue to run as Potosi has taken chunks of clock out on their drives. We are under 4.5, 2nd down and 8. Ball on the near hash mark, lined up on the 40-yard line. Single receiver on either side, now in a shotgun formation. And the handoff goes to Riddle up the middle this time. Not much there for him. Maybe just a yard or 2. But the clock continues to run. Huerta goes to the far sideline to get the play after the gain of 1 yard from Blaine Riddle, his 14th carry on the afternoon. Huerta now checks back with Coach Mark Casey, comes back into the huddle, play clock at 13. 3:43 and counting. 3rd and 7 coming up on the 41-yard line. Play clock now at 6. Game clock at 3:37. Shotgun formation. Offset right. Thompson in motion. He comes around. Got to call a timeout. Huerta able to see the play clock. Almost about to run out. Has to call a timeout. Burning a timeout early in the second half. We're at 3:31 to go in the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 on the 41-yard line, on the Trojan 41-yard line. 13-0 Potosi. We'll have it next on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the CERTA Best Buys Mattress event going on now. Take advantage of huge discounts on CERTA bedding, like the Super Pillow Top Queen Mattress for just $5.99, or just $2.99 for the CERTA Perfect Sleeper Queen, or pay just $149 for a plush twin mattress. Plus, get free delivery, free removal, free setup, and special 12-month financing. Get to America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington during the CERTA Best Buys Mattress event going on now.
And we want to thank America's Mattress and Recliners for sponsoring our broadcast this evening on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. And we also want to thank Midwest Sports Center in Farmington, along with PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi. It's a 13-0 ball game in favor of the Potosi Trojans, the road team this evening, as we're in St. Genevieve. You see the SG logo there at midfield. St. Genevieve had their Hall of Fame inductees this evening. 2 new Hall of Fame members inducted at halftime. And it looks like we're going to have our first water break timeout of the evening. So we can kind of give you a quick scoring recap. The way things started out, it was a big-time 50-yard pitch and catch for the Potosi Trojans from Jordan Huerta to John Thompson on a 3rd and long down the sideline. They were actually up into the St. Genevieve Dragon territory. A penalty bumped them back. They were lined up on the 50, then had to throw a deep 50-yard strike to get into the end zone. It worked for them. Then it was Austin Cooley getting 24 yards into the end zone for their second score with the extra point miss. Potosi's first offensive drive, they took the ball on the 1-yard line after a goal line stand. And now this is a 13-0 ball game. So play about to resume. 3rd and 7 on the 41, on the Trojan 41. Huerta in shotgun. 2 in the backfield, single receiver on either side. The handoff goes up the middle to Blaine Riddle. He's going to get the first down and then a few more. And a flag comes in late. We'll see what the flag comes in for. It was the official that was right there on the tackle.
Carry ball at time number 14.
So the ball's carried 8 yards by Blaine Riddle.
Face mask, St. Genevieve.
And a 15-yard penalty goes against the St. Gen Dragons, a face mask penalty. A huge blow. That's going to put them deep. So they're going to say from the original line of scrimmage, they're going to say it was a 15-yard penalty, put that now on the 46-yard line, 46 and a half. And that's where Potosi's at now. So penalty puts them in St. Genevieve territory. Huerta, 2 in the backfield. Cooley, Riddle. Cooley the near man. Thompson the near side receiver. Now the handoff goes to Cooley. He slips and falls on the SG logo. A little bit of precipitation came down during the halftime intermission. And towards the latter portion of the first half, so I imagine any painted surface on that field is going to be quite slick at this point. So slipping and falling there, losing it down, but not losing a yard. So 2nd and 10, now under 3 minutes. Potosi takes some time off the clock when they have the possessions. They do not rush anything. They use every bit of the play clock, keep the ball in play. Now they've got 5 seconds to get the snap off. Huerta checks the play clock. 2, 1. Snap gets off just in time. The handoff is faked. Huerta keeps it himself, has to bounce back inside, cuts inside, gets a few yards, and able to bounce up and get about 5 yards on a QB keeper. I don't know if it was designed because the play clock was just about to be at 0 when Huerta decided to snap that one. So he ends up running it for 6 yards on what could have been a disaster. Now 3rd and 4 on the 40 and 2 minutes to go in the third. So just in this third quarter, 7 minutes plus possession time for the Potosi Trojans, and still 2 minutes to go. Whistle comes in, timeout, Mark Casey and the Potosi Trojans. So they take a timeout. We're going to do that too. We're going to be back in 1 minute on J98 Web TV. It's MIMOinfo.com.
Farmers Mutual Insurance Company in St. Genevieve has been serving families in the area for over 115 years. Whether you need insurance on your home, mobile home, farm, or where you rent, Farmers Mutual Insurance can help. That's Farmers Mutual Insurance Company on St. Genevieve Drive in St. Genevieve. Call for a competitive quote at 883-3520. That's 883-3520. A hometown company with hometown values.
PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi is a great place for family fun. PBR Lanes is having a best 3 out of 4 bowling tournament on September 21st, starting at 11 a.m. with a $300 first place prize based on 32 bowlers. They offer a full range of concessions, pool tables, games, and karaoke with a DJ on Friday nights. Make some memories that'll last a lifetime and let them start at PBA Lanes in Potosi. Like them on Facebook and check them out online at pbalanesandproshop.com today.
3rd and 4 on the 40-yard line. 1:47 to go. In shotgun, Huerta takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Riddle, throws it over the top. He's got Franklin in stride. Franklin makes the catch, brought down just across the 10-yard line. We'll see where they spot him at. So a 30-yard toss over the top to Chandler Franklin. Franklin just got past the defender. A nice play by Huerta. As soon as he saw that Franklin had the step, it was a linebacker covering Franklin, so a mismatch there. And as soon as Franklin got a step, he was hit in stride. So from the 40 down to the 9, a nice play there. Now in striking distance are the Potosi Trojans. They've had the ball for over 8 minutes now in the third quarter. 8 minutes of just the third quarter. Now far on the outside, a receiver. Now Cooley bounces it outside, jukes back inside, cuts inside. He's going to be brought down short of the end zone. But a good run for Austin Cooley to get him that much closer. It looks like it's going to be spotted just short of the goal line, maybe on the 1 or 2. Looks like about the 1.5-yard line at best. So we'll call it a 7-yard gain for Austin Cooley. He can make some space for him in the backfield. Watching all the high school athletes through the track season, I'm telling you, I can guarantee just on numbers that he's one of the faster kids in the state of Missouri. Now we go 2 receiver set, 1 on either side. Thompson's the near side receiver, split backs. Expect this to go to Riddle. He's going to pound it inside, and Blaine Riddle gets the touchdown. 6 more for the Potosi Trojans. The split backs has been dominant for the Trojans all night, and it works one more time right there. 6 more for the Trojans, courtesy of Blaine Riddle on a 1-yard touchdown run. Now, can they add 2 more, or are they going to go for the extra point? It's a 19-point ball game. And it looks like Thompson's going to come out and kick the extra point. So Thompson missed his last extra point. Now he's lined up. And here comes the snap. The kick is up. Kick is good that time. Now 20-0 in favor of the Potosi Trojans. 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll have the kickoff next as Potosi will kick off to St. John. It's on J98 Web TV, MIMOinfo.com.
Been in a little trouble and need a little extra help? Norman Krumpecker, bail bond agent from Potosi, can help. Norman Krumpecker has an answering service and is available 24/7. You'll get fast service, be out, and on your way. Guaranteed. Call 573-436-9301 or 631-8161. Anytime, day or night. Call Norman Krumpecker. He can set you free. That's bail bond agent Norman Krumpecker from Potosi.
It's the end of the summer factory authorized clearance sale going on now at Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. Save on great brands like Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, Can-Am, and Toro Motors. All 2014 inventory must go. Get rebates up to $4,000 and financing as low as 0%, plus huge discounts on parts and accessories. It's the end of the summer factory authorized clearance sale going on now at Midwest Sports Center, Highway 67, Farmington. On the road, off the road, and on the water, the ultimate outdoor toy store has it.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the Serta Best Buys mattress.
The kickoff fielded at about the 28-yard line. Not fielded cleanly. It bounced off the artificial grass. Picked up, ran off to the right side, but brought down. 22 seconds remain in the third quarter. Just moments ago on Potosi's last possession, the Trojans with a 31-yard pass over the top of the defense from Huerta to Chandler Franklin, and you can hear the Trojan crowd on the other side of the field right now as people are actually starting to exit stage right. So now the handoff goes to Gettinger on the near side. He comes around the outside edge of the line. Short gain for Gettinger, as that should end the third quarter. 4 seconds remain. 2-1, and the third quarter ends 20-0 in favor of the Potosi Trojans. They're now keeping pace with a touchdown in each quarter, and we'll bring you more action in just a moment. That's coming up in 1 minute on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the Serta Best Buys mattress event going on now. Take advantage of huge discounts on Serta bedding, like the Super Pillow Top Queen mattress for just $5.99, or just $2.99 for the Serta Perfect Sleeper Queen, or pay just $149 for a plush twin mattress. Plus, get free delivery, free removal, free setup, and special 12-month financing. Get to America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington during the Serta Best Buys mattress event going on now. Farmers Mutual Insurance Company in St. Genevieve has been serving families in the area for over 115 years. Whether you need insurance on your home, mobile home, farm, or where you rent, Farmers Mutual Insurance can help. That's Farmers Mutual Insurance Company on St. Genevieve Drive in St. Genevieve. Call for a competitive quote at 883-3520. That's 883-3520. A hometown company with hometown values.
Start of the fourth quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. We're going to see our first play of the fourth quarter with Potosi up 20-0. It's St. Gen with the possession. The shotgun snap to Lamondier. Looks around, has time, pumps, keeps it himself, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. We'll see who got to him. Looked like it was number 56. I believe that's Curtois. Sure is. Caleb Curtois coming up with his first sack of the evening, the third sack for the Trojan defense. So St. Genevieve on their first play runs into a little trouble. Second play doesn't get much better. Now, 11 and a half minutes to go. Third and long. Lamondier rolls out to the near side. He's going to tuck it and run. Not going to make it to the first down marker, just across the 40. So about an 11-yard run for Lamondier. But there was no way that he was going to get to the first down marker. He had to tuck it and run. Good coverage, good solid defense from Potosi all night long. I did not expect them to come out and play this kind of defense against the St. Genevieve offense that is a little bit different kind of offense than what we've seen in years past from St. John, missing their major component, Anthony Rowe. 4th and 5 on the 40. Huge play here. St. John has a lot of time to get back in it, but they need to get the first down here. Now, throwing it over the top, and the pass is complete on the far side of the screen. Breaking one tackle, but brought down from behind. The pitch and catch to Dalton Giesler, the sophomore, tight end, makes the catch, and they move the chains, keeping the drive and hope alive for the St. Genevieve Dragons. Puts 11:09 on the clock as the chains move, gives time for the Dragons to get their play set, and they've got to run pretty much a hurry-up offense for the rest of the evening, down 3 scores. Now lined up on the far hash mark on the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Lamontier under center. It's an option handoff up the middle. 29, Brewer goes up the middle and gets about 10 yards. He might have moved the chains on that one right there. And they're going to pick up the flap and pick up the chains and start walking with it. So Brewer goes 10 yards on that one. So a couple of big plays to keep this drive alive. And now the snap is fumbled. Lamontier has to come off to the near side and closing speed. And he breaks the tackle. Hanging on for dear life on the near side was Austin Cooley, number 32. And a flag comes in late. I don't know what the flag is for. The only person that was over there was Cooley. I'm going to say it was a personal foul against Austin Cooley. So now St. Genevieve moving right along and Potosi helping them get there. So a bad snap. Lamontier keeps it, runs off to the near side. The only person that was able to close on him was Austin Cooley after the play was very broken. It was kind of an inverted veer that didn't work properly, but it worked out in the end for the St. Genevieve Dragons coming around on the near side. And now here we go. 1st and 10. Deep in Trojan territory. So 2 receivers lined up in a bunch, but far onto the other side, and 2 on this near side, and they're spread a few yards apart. So a tight formation between the receivers on the far side and a huge gap. Lamontier fakes the handoff to Gettinger. He's going to roll it around to the near side. Brought down in the backfield this time. Lamontier keeps it around. Comes to the near side. Not able to get out into open space as he's going to be brought down. That'll bring up 2nd and 11, so it goes down as a 1-yard loss. Ball's on the 14, 10 minutes to go in this one. And now Lamontier rolling out to right. And he's going to throw. And this pass is dropped into the end zone. Intended receiver was Schmelsley. The pass was low. Couldn't get under it. Put his arms out. So it goes down as an incompletion to Schmelsley. So now 3 for 8 on the afternoon is Lamontier. 10 minutes to go. 9:59 to be exact. 4 wides out now. A fake handoff. The throw goes over the top. It looked like getting a little piece of it at the front line. Maybe getting a little piece of it was Dylan Wright, but the pass is complete off to the far side. That was Reinhardt on the far side with a 4-yard gain on the catch. So now 4 of 9 for Lamontier. So it's Reinhardt in the slot on the far side. Schmelsley in the slot on the near side. 2 receivers on either side of them. Lamontier rolls to the right. He's got the bootleg. He's going to run out of room and pushed out of bounds. It goes down for a sack. And they're going to call that a penalty. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, what else was he supposed to do there? DeClue comes up with the sack. That's going to be his 3rd. And they're going to call this penalty on Waylon DeClue. We'll see the officials get together. And we'll see what they actually call afterwards, but that's twice in a row. I mean, if you look at it as they called the one against Austin Cooley, then they have to call this one. But at the same time, That one was worse than the one that Cooley did, so maybe it's kind of a balance out effect and they picked the flag up, but I highly doubt it. Just from the reaction of the sidelines on the near side. Well, we'll have to see what the result is. Either way, Waylon DeClue comes up with another big play from the defensive end spot. A long conference for the officials. Now they bring in another official, so all 5 officials on the side, standing at the 15-yard line, having a powwow. Why they powwow, we'll tell you. We're brought to you by Farmers Mutual Insurance in St. Genevieve, Norman Krumpecker Bail Bonds in Potosi, and Home Pools and Spa in Leadington. Here it is, unsportsmanlike on Potosi. Wow. So that's going to pretty much give new life to the St. Genevieve offense. And that was not what I expected. Now the Trojans line up, and Coach Casey is on the 20-yard line, pleading his case with the 2 officials that are over there discussing it with him. The formation is Schmelsley as the middle receiver on the far side, Reinhardt in the slot inside, Lalamandir getting the play from the sideline. Now he's talking to his receiver, that's number 83, Tate Meyer. And then the far side, that's number 5, Dalton Giesler. So it goes Giesler, Schmelsley, Reinhardt, Meyer across the receiving core. Gettinger in the backfield. And we're still waiting for play to resume. So after most of this game moved very quickly, a big delay here now. Now Reinhardt moves up, moves towards the line. And there's the whistle to resume play. Lalamandir takes the snap, throws it over the top, and intercepted in the end zone. He might have been a step outside of it, got knocked back into the end zone, but they're going to set that ball down right across the goal line. I think that was Chandler Franklin with the interception. As soon as he squares up, I'll get a look at the number. It sure was. Looked like Chandler Franklin, number 22, was the one that came up with the INT, and he was given our first crown collision of the game as he was popped after the interception. But either way, picked off in the end zone is Wyatt Lalamandir. And now another drive for the Potosi Trojans starts on the 1-yard line. So it's been 7 quarters just about that the Trojans, or just over 7 quarters that the Trojans have kept somebody out of the end zone. Now the I formation, 1 receiver on the far side of the field. Here comes the snap. You expect the blitz. And this play, oh, I thought it was a dead play, and getting out to the right side and able to throw it away. It's Jordan Huerta. A good play fake to Blaine Riddle up the middle, but no receiver able to get open. Looked like the only receiver on that side was Cooley, but triple coverage on that far side on him. So we go to 2nd and 10 as the ball's on the 1. The second time the Trojans have started a drive on the 1-yard line. We'll see if they can get out of the end zone first and foremost. Then we'll talk about if they can drive. 9:14 to go now in the 4th quarter. I formation again. Cooley's the far side receiver. Now getting out of the backfield, breaking it up through, and getting out to about the 7-yard line are the Potosi Trojans as clock continues to run. Handoff was to Riddle going up the middle that time. Blaine Riddle getting a lot of carries this evening. And they're going to say he got 6 on that one. So now it'll be a 3rd down and 4. The ball on the 7-yard line. A jumbo formation for the Trojans. the I formation this time. Cooley's the far side receiver. The handoff out to the right side. It's Blaine Riddle able to bounce it outside, and he's going to move the chains. The clock's going to continue to run as he's brought down inbounds. They have to stop it to move the chains. So another first down for the Trojan offense. We're inside of 8.5 to go in the fourth quarter. So St. John running out of time. Potosi trying to make sure that they run out of time. Still in the huddle, 14 seconds on the play clock. 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Already wasted a timeout in the third quarter. Now they've got 8 seconds to get the play off. Single receiver on either side. Tight end set up. Under shotgun is Huerta. Now the handoff goes up the middle. Lunging forward is Blaine Riddle. Maybe 5 or 6 on the play. That is the 17th carry for Blaine Riddle. And my stat sheet only has room for 20. I've got to make more room. So now 7:42 and counting. Play clock at 13. Potosi taking all the time off the clock that they can. 7.5 now. Single receiver on either side. I formation. Now the handoff. Looks like Blaine Riddle once again. He's not going to get the first down, but he's going to be close as it was 2nd and 4. It keeps the clock moving. I'm sure that's what Coach Casey wants to do, is keep that clock moving. So we'll have a 3rd down and 1 coming up. See if the Dragons can get a big push up front. See if they can maybe shut down the run game. Be a big stop for them right now. They're running out of time. 5 on the play clock. 6:50 on the game clock. I formation. Single receiver on either side. Huerta hands it off into the backfield. And I don't know if he was able to get it that time. They might have shut him down in the backfield. And timeout called by the St. Genevieve Dragons with 6:39 on the clock. And the ball is spotted short of the first down marker by about 2 yards. So we'll have a big play coming up next. We're going to have that in 30 seconds with under 7 minutes to go. The Trojans lead 20-0. It's coming up next on J98 Web TV. It's MIMOinfo.com.
PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi is a great place for family fun. PBR Lanes is having a best 3 out of 4 bowling tournament on September 21st, starting at 11 a.m. with a $300 first place prize based on 32 bowlers. They offer a full range of concessions, pool tables, games, and karaoke with a DJ on Friday nights. Make some memories that'll last a lifetime and let them start at PBA Lanes in Potosi. Like them on Facebook and check them out online at pbalanesandproshop.com today.
J98 Web TV, it's MIMOinfo.com. Right now, 20-0, Potosi over St. John. Got a big play coming up in just a moment. It's going to be a 4th and 2 on the 22. 6:39 to go in the game. And St. Genevieve needing a stop and a quick score. They still have time to get back into it, but they need to make things happen early. They still have now they have 2 of their timeouts as they just utilized 1 of those. Potosi with 2 timeouts remaining. And this has been really a defensive contest. A couple of big plays for the Trojans have been 2 of their touchdowns. The other one was set up by a big play. So you never know what can happen with 6.5 minutes to go in a football game. But it's been a great game so far. The score, actually is 20-0, but it doesn't really tell you the whole story. Like I say, a couple of big plays are the difference. Some of the scores around the area: Fredericktown over Perryville 33-0. Jackson leads Farmington 48-7. Pius over Jefferson 56-13. Hillsborough over North County 45-7. And Festus leads DeSoto 46-0. So play about to resume, and it looks like we're going to have a punt from the Potosi Trojans. This kick will come from about the 10-yard line. Looks like it's DeClue back to kick. Reinhardt is the near receiver in the backfield, and it's nearly blocked. Gets away. A nice kick. It's going to go to Reinhardt on the near side of the field. He's got blockers in front of him. A lot of room for him, and he's going to break it off to the right side, and they're going to get in the end zone. That's exactly what they needed. It's caught at the 40-yard line, taking 60 yards for a touchdown for the St. Genevieve Dragons. The strike against the Potosi Trojans. And a big play that time as Reinhardt goes 60 yards for the touchdown. Still 6:23 on the clock, and St. Genevieve puts their first points on the board of the evening. A big play for the special teams unit for St. Genevieve. Let's see if they keep the offense out and try to dig in deep. Maybe they'll go ahead and kick the extra point, considering they still have to get 2 more touchdowns. And if you just convert all of your extra points and keep Potosi out of the end zone, you're going to end up winning this game. That's exactly what they needed, exactly when they needed it. Unreal play right there from the special teams unit for the St. Genevieve Dragons. Reinhardt fields it at the 40. Blockers were set up and ready. One Potosi Trojan was on that side, missed the tackle. 60 yards later, it turned into 6 points. Here's the kick. It's up. Man, that was a heck of a kick right there. Schmelsley can boot it. That would have been good from about 35, 40 yards easily. Nonetheless, it's 7-20 now. Potosi's still out front. We're going to have St. Gen kick off to the Trojans in just a moment, but you never know. You might have an onside kick. Stay tuned. It's J98 Web TV. It's MIMOinfo.com.
Been in a little trouble and need a little extra help? Norman Crumpecker, bail bond agent from Potosi, can help. Norman Crumpecker has an answering service and is available 24/7. You'll get fast service, be out, and on your way. Guaranteed. Call 573-436-9301 or 631-8161. Anytime, day or night. Call Norman Crumpecker. He can set you free. That's bail bond agent Norman Crumpecker from Potosi.
It's the end of the summer factory authorized clearance sale going on now at Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. Save on great brands like Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, Can-Am, and Toro Motors. All 2014 inventory must go. Get rebates up to $4,000 and financing as low as 0%, plus huge discounts on parts and accessories. It's the end of the summer factory authorized clearance sale going on now at Midwest Sports Center, Highway 67, Farmington. On the road, off the road, and on the water, the ultimate outdoor toy store has it.
Web TV action as St. Genevieve put their first points on the board. A 60-yard punt return from Reinhardt puts St. Genevieve on the board. Now I'm looking out for the onside kick if I'm the Potosi Trojans. It'll be interesting to see if they do it. Now here's the kick. It's a squibber over the top, and it's going to go out of bounds nearly, but I don't know if it was almost fielded. An interesting way to go about the onside kick as the ball went over the first layer of defenders, or the first row of defenders, I should say, bounced, and I think that the Trojans were waiting for it to roll out of bounds. But then the special teams unit for Potosi realized that the St. Genevieve hands team was closing on it and had to dive and roll out of bounds with it. Interesting play. That's Bob Stolzer at his finest, trying to get away with an interesting play right there. You can look up in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, there's a new adjective in there called Stolzer-tastic, and I promise you, it'll have something about that onside kick in there. Just added this year. So we'll have 6:23 to go, and it's now a 13-point game. After being held out of the end zone the majority of the game, they're cutting into it now. It's 2 scores with 6:23, and you can guarantee that the sideline is going to be fired up, and the defense is going to start laying some hits on these running backs for the Trojans. Potosi's front line has been working all night long, using a lot of time off the clock. And now they got stopped on their last drive deep, and see if they can make something happen here. Going right up the middle with a big hole that time. You could have driven a truck through that one. That was Blaine Riddle getting a big hole to go through that time. He doesn't need a big hole to run through, but if you give him one, he's going to take all advantage of it. And that one goes for 8 yards for Blaine Riddle. That was carry number 19 for Blaine Riddle. Now we're inside of 6 minutes, 10 on the play clock. Potosi goes back into run clock mode. Single receiver, Cooley on the near side, Thompson far side. Riddle in the backfield. A blocker ahead of him. It goes to Riddle. Bang! Oh! Laying the boomstick on him that time. Number 51, Logan Dowdy, saw Blaine Riddle coming through and laid the thunder on him. Crown collision of the game right there. Wow! We've seen a couple of big hits from St. Genevieve tonight. We saw one on Franklin in the end zone, but that was bringing the thunder right across. And I thought it just a moment ago that St. Genevieve is going to start laying some hits on these running backs to make sure they know you're not coming through the hole easy. And that's exactly what Dowdy did on that one. Blaine Riddle was lit up. Still, it moves the chains, and we go with a first down this time. Blaine Riddle trying to get his muscle back going, and he goes 7 yards that time.
Carrying the ball that time, number 14,
Blaine Riddle getting his 21st carry on the afternoon. We're exactly at 5 minutes and counting. Second down and 4. A 13-point game in favor of the Trojans. Lined up on the near hash. It's on the 48. On the Potosi side, an I formation, single receiver set. At the near side, it's Cooley. And stuffed at the line of scrimmage. The St. Genevieve defense comes up big. He might have even lost a pair of yards on that one. It was Blaine Riddle on the carry once again. Getting a lot of work this evening. And a few more added to his total. Or another carry. Let's see where they spot it. Ball still hasn't been spotted. St. Gen just called a timeout. So it looks like it's going to stay roughly in the same spot. But the officials got it 2 yards back from where it was. So it was a loss on the play. So we'll have third and about 5 yards when we come back. So while we've got a minute, we'll tell you that we're brought to you this evening by America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington, PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi, and Midwest Sports Center in Farmington, along with Farmers Mutual Insurance in St. Genevieve, Norman Krumpecker Bail Bonds in Potosi, and Home Pools and Spa in Leadington. While we have a moment, I guess we don't have a moment. It's time to get back to action. 4:28 on the clock. Third down and 4. Potosi lined up and ready to go. Jumbo formation. Just one receiver outside. On the near side of your screen, it's Austin Cooley. In the backfield is Blaine Riddle as the deep man. The fullback is Chandler Franklin. Here comes the snap. Off to the right side, cutting back inside, and he's brought down. A big stop for the St. Genevieve defense. 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and they come up with a fourth down. 4th and 4 now. And that's going to bring the special teams unit out for the Potosi Trojans. Looks like Coach Casey's calling his team on over. The clock is stopped at 4:18, and it's going to be 4th down and 4. And a big play coming up in just a moment. I don't think Coach Casey is going to go for it in this situation, but you just never know. A 13-point advantage for the Trojans. It's been a while since they found the end zone. They have big play capability, and they've shown that throughout the evening. But right now, after the punt return, 60 yards from Reinhardt to get St. Gen on the board, they've showed new life. And there's still a lot of time left for St. Gen to get in the end zone. Some of the other games around the area, 33-0, Fredericktown over Perryville. Jackson leading Farmington 48-7. St. Pius 63-13 on Jefferson. Hillsboro leads North County 45-14. Festus over DeSoto 46-7. Herky's doubling up St. Vincent 28-14, and Park Hill Central 40-0 over Northwest. Valley Catholic 48-0 over Crystal City. Play's about to resume. Looks like the special teams unit's out. I think Coach Casey was more talking about drop back and cover this time. Now, in pursuit, It's going to be fielded by Reinhardt. He's knocked out of bounds. Good play this time. Chandler Franklin getting down there and knocking the return man out at about the 22-yard line. So that was essentially what that was about, was Coach Casey letting his special teams unit know, don't let Reinhardt break free once again, because if he breaks free, he's gone. 4:14 on the clock, and the St. John offense is on its way back out. This has turned out to be an awesome game to watch. 4:14 now, 1st and 10 on the 22, 20-7. St. John trails Potosi at home. Spread out, 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the near side of your screen. Gettinger in the backfield. Lalamandir awaits the shotgun snap. Lined up on the near hash, 4 down for the Trojans. They don't get any good pressure. Goes over the top, screen to Gettinger. A lot of room for him, but a big come. That was very strange. The first Potosi Trojan that got to him was knocked off of by the near side receiver, and the flag comes in, and now the official goes straight up to the Potosi Trojan. That was Waylon DeClue. That was an odd set of events there. I was waiting for the flag to come out. I didn't see it, but now I see that there is one out there. But to be honest, I don't know who they're going to call it against. This should be interesting. Usually, you have some sort of idea, but in this one, I didn't see which official threw it. And that is going to go against the Potosi Trojans. So I thought it was going to go against Potosi after I saw Waylon DeClue's reaction. And this one's going a long way in their favor. Still going. So a huge play. They're going to say that Waylon DeClue committed the penalty. So he's backed up, or the Potosi Trojans get backed up a long way. So it's 1st and 10. Here comes the shotgun snap to Lalamandir. They're going with the same play. Nearly intercepted. What a play by the defensive end that time. Wow. And so it stops the clock. It'll be 2nd and 10 on the 47. A big play by the defensive end. So 3 receivers on the far side. And now it's a keeper up the middle. Lalamandir breaks it out to the right side. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. So the spread receiver set was just a decoy for Lalamandir to get out and run. And he gets a good way that time. He goes 23 yards on the carry. Now we're under 4 minutes to go, and St. John is marching down the field. A big penalty against the defense helped them get a good ways down. Now 3 receivers to the left, getting her offset right. It's another keeper jumping over, and he hurdles a man, but there's been each other game that I've done this season, different officials will flag you for hurdling a man. That official does not. So 3:30 on the clock. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Lalamandir, shotgun, takes the snap. Low snap, goes back over the top. Gettinger fields it, or makes the catch. Now he's going to go off to the left side. Gets just over. Oh, and a big hit on the far side by the Potosi Trojans, coming in and closing and making the tackle. On the far side of the screen is Jake Coleman, 5'9", 160-pound senior. Put some speed on it. So now 3 minutes and 3 seconds. St. John lines up quick. 3 receivers. The shotgun snaps low. He's going to roll off to the right. And over the top of Gettinger. Closing was Austin Cooley. So that's 5 plays in a row where they've only used literally alternating 2 plays. So 2:56 as the clock stopped. 4th down and 1. This is the play of the game right here. If Potosi can stop it, and if St. John can keep it alive to live another breath. Here it goes. There's the shotgun snap. and getting across. The big push from the defense, and I think they shut him down. If they just stopped that one, that was a big play, and it looks like when the spot comes out, I think they got it. And Potosi's front line gets a push again. And it is a turnover on downs. A big stop from the Potosi Trojan defense. And a big play that time after having a few penalties go against them and allowing the drives to keep on moving down and backing themselves up. The front line comes up with their big stop of the night. With St. Genevieve knocking on the door, it was 4th and 1. Potosi's front line shuts it down. Turnover on downs, and here comes the offense. Dylan King comes to the near side of the field. Thompson on the far right. Split backs once again. Handoff. Austin Cooley going up the middle. Just a few yards that time. So giving Riddle just a little bit of break, or trying to throw some misdirection because it was starting to get figured out by the St. Genevieve Dragons. So a short gain that time, but able to still move the offense down the field. Just 4 yards for Cooley. But now the Trojans starting to mix it up a little bit, and I think they had to after the last 2 drives were stalled out, as pretty much the entire front line and linebacking core for St. Gen was keying on Blaine Riddle. So same formation, single receiver either side, split backs. The handoff goes to Riddle, bounces it out to the right side. So Austin Cooley back in kind of as a decoy, gives a little bit of room for Blaine Riddle, and Riddle keeps carrying the rock. He's a workhorse. He's a thoroughbred. Another carry for him as we're inside of 2 minutes to go. It's 13-point difference as it's 20 for the Trojans, 7 for the Dragons. And we have 3rd and 5 coming up. The 23rd carry on that play for Blaine Riddle. Now, hard count shows the defense. Huerta changes the play, bounces it outside to Austin Cooley, and he's going to be stood up, and the whistle comes in. I don't know if he got across the first down marker. The official on the far side of the field has him just across. We'll see where the spot comes in. If that's a first down, that'll pretty much do it. There's only 1 timeout left for St. Genevieve. So that moves the chains, and that'll do everything but in this one. And now Potosi has the 1st and 10 on the 43. And time still ticking, 15 on the play clock. 20-7. And I think it's going to stay that way as we're about to fall 5 seconds away. 3-2 on the play clock. And I think timeout called. We'll see if they award that timeout or if they're just going to take the penalty. Oh wow, Huerta's so small I didn't even see him get in there. 20-7, and it looks like we're just going to take a few knees and end this one. 7 on the play clock, 30 on the game clock, and Huerta takes a knee. And that's going to end this contest. We'll have one more. And if you're Coach Casey, you're loving to see this. Quarterbacks call this the victory formation. A lot of them, it's their favorite play of the game. We've got 12 seconds, and it's over with. Play clock's at 10. So this will be the last kneel of the game, and it's all over with. So that's the final. Potosi gets off the snide against St. Genevieve and does it on the road on their home turf against the Dragons. And now Austin Cooley can say he finally beat DeSoto. And the final goes down as 20-7. The handshake lines go down. We're going to take a short pause, tell you about some stats. And that'll be in 1 minute on J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the CERTA Best Buys mattress event going on now. Take advantage of huge discounts on CERTA bedding like the Super Pillow Top Queen mattress for just $5.99 or just $2.99 for the CERTA Perfect Sleeper Queen, or pay just $149 for a plush twin mattress. Plus, get free delivery, free removal, free setup, and special 12-month financing. Get to America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington during the CERTA Best Buys mattress event going on now. Farmers Mutual Insurance Company in St. Genevieve has been serving families in the area for over 115 years. Whether you need insurance on your home, mobile home, farm, or where you rent, Farmers Mutual Insurance can help. That's Farmers Mutual Insurance Company on St. Genevieve Drive in St. Genevieve. Call for a competitive quote at 883-3520. That's 883-3520. A hometown company with hometown values.
PBA Lanes and Pro Shop in Potosi is a great place for family fun. PBR Lanes is having a best 3 out of 4 bowling tournament on September 21st, starting at 11 a.m. with a $300 first place prize based on 32 bowlers. They offer a full range of concessions, pool tables, games, and karaoke with a DJ on Friday nights. Make some memories that'll last a lifetime and let them start at PBA Lanes in Potosi. Like them on Facebook and check them out online at pbalanesandproshop.com today.
Been in a little trouble and need a little extra help? Norman Krumpecker, bail bond agent from Potosi, can help. Norman Krumpecker has an answering service and is available 24/7. You'll get fast service, be out, and on your way. Guaranteed. Call 573-436-9301 or 631-8161. Anytime, day or night. Call Norman Krumpecker. He can set you free. That's bail bond agent Norman Krumpecker from Potosi. So that's a wrap for J98 Web TV on MIMOinfo.com. As the standings look after this one, Potosi improves to 4-0. And they'll slide ahead of Central just for now, as Central played outside of the division this evening. St. Genevieve falls to 2-2, and they're going to actually even out with Perryville, who's likely to take a loss this evening. So a little bit of division shakeup this evening. I'm going to say my big player of the game is going to go to a defender tonight. Number 6, Waylon DeClue. 3 sacks on the night. A big deflection on St. Genevieve's last drive to kind of stall things out. I mean, we really didn't have anybody have a huge monster game other than on the defensive side. Blaine Riddle has 23 carries, 88 yards, super unofficial stats. 32, Austin Cooley goes 13 carries for 86 and a touchdown. Jordan Huerta, he has 1 touchdown throw, and it was the 50-yard strike to John Thompson. Blaine Riddle did have a 1-yard touchdown run, so we'll give him that. And the lone touchdown for St. Genevieve goes to number 21, Logan Reinhardt, a 60-yard punt return touchdown. So that's how that game goes. It's 20-7, Potosi defeating St. Genevieve for the first time in a while, and Austin Cooley's first victory against St. Genevieve. So a big win for the Trojans tonight. And don't forget, other games on J98, AM 800 KREI, and AM 1400 KJEF. Everything's going to end this evening with the End Zone Show on regional radio. That's the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy End Zone Show. And for all the scores and updates, you can find those at MIMOinfo.com. For the camera and graphics man, Jack Sadler, I'm Greg Armbruster. We'll talk to you next week.